The background and context of the goose problem in Vernon. How it affects the residents, the environment, and the economy. Vernon, a city in British Columbia, Canada, has been facing a serious problem with its resident goose population. These are non-migrating geese that have settled in the city and its surrounding areas, causing various issues for the people and the land. One of the main effects of the goose problem is the accumulation of feces on public parks, beaches, and fields. According to a report by Global News, each goose can produce up to 1.5 kilograms of droppings per day, which can contaminate the water, soil, and grass. This poses a health risk for humans and animals, as well as an aesthetic and recreational nuisance. Another effect of the goose problem is the damage to crops and vegetation. The geese feed on grasses, grains, and fruits, which can reduce the yield and quality of local farms and orchards. The geese also trample and graze on native plants, which can affect the biodiversity and ecology of the area. A third effect of the goose problem is the economic impact. The city has to spend money on cleaning and maintaining the public spaces that are affected by the geese. The city also has to deal with the complaints and dissatisfaction of residents and tourists who are unhappy with the situation. The goose problem can also affect the reputation and attractiveness of Vernon as a destination for visitors and investors. The goose problem in Vernon is not a new one. It has been going on for decades, as the geese have adapted to urban life and lost their natural predators and migration patterns. The city has tried various methods to control the population, such as egg addling, landscape changes, hazing, and relocation. However, none of these have been very effective or sustainable. That is why Vernon is pursuing a controversial solution: a kill-to-scare program that involves removing the socially dominant goose from a flock to scare off the rest. The city hopes that this will reduce the number of resident geese and encourage them to leave the area. However, this plan has faced opposition from animal rights groups who argue that it is cruel, unethical, and doomed to fail. This video will explore the pros and cons of Vernon's kill-to-scare program, as well as the opinions and perspectives of different stakeholders involved in this issue. Stay tuned for more. The proposed solution of culling the geese and why it is controversial. The ethical, legal, and ecological implications of killing the geese. The City Council of Vernon, B.C., has approved a cull program to eliminate up to 250 non-migratory Canada geese that are considered invasive and a nuisance in the area. The geese are blamed for fouling parks and beaches, damaging crops and water quality, and being aggressive to humans and other animals. The cull program would involve rounding up the geese at 3 Vernon area beaches on Okanagan Lake and euthanizing them humanely. The program would cost an estimated $40,000 and require federal and provincial approval. However, not everyone agrees with this solution. Some people have expressed ethical concerns about killing animals that have been introduced by humans and have adapted to their environment. They argue that the geese have a right to live and that there are more humane and effective ways to manage their population, such as egg addling, habitat modification, scare tactics, or relocation. Some people have also raised legal questions about the ownership and responsibility of the geese, as well as the potential liability of the city if the cull goes wrong or causes harm to other wildlife or people. Furthermore, some people have pointed out ecological implications of removing a large number of geese from the ecosystem, such as disrupting the food chain, altering the natural balance, or creating a vacuum for other invasive species to fill. The cull program has sparked controversy and debate among residents, wildlife experts, animal rights activists, farmers, and tourists. 2 online petitions against the cull have gathered nearly 2,000 signatures so far. The mayor of Vernon has voted against the cull, saying that it would have to be repeated annually to keep the numbers in check. Other municipalities in the North Okanagan have also been urged to join the cull program or implement their own control measures. The City Council of Vernon has said that it will consider other options in addition to the cull, such as a kill-to-scare program that would remove a single goose from the flock to deter others from staying in the area. The cull program is still pending approval from the federal and provincial governments, and a management plan from wildlife biologists. It is unclear when or if it will proceed and what impact it will have on the geese population and the community.